flash, the echoes scream, blood-soaked ground, a devil's dream. Fire rains, the battle calls. Demons dance as heaven falls. Choirs wail the damned ignite. Infernal's wrath, eternal night. Steel bites, the heavens quake. Flesh and bone, the earth will break. Ashes rain, the reapers feast. Darkness spreads, a crimson beast. Thunder cracks, the end draws near. Hope draws in the ocean of fear. Angels whip their wings in flame. Lost to the void, none remain. Fire rains, the battle calls. Demons dance as heaven falls. Choirs wail the damned night. Infernal's wrath, eternal Echoes fade, the war is done. A blood-red sky, a blackened sun. Souls consumed, no path to light. Hail victorious, endless
Hello to the world. Hello to the world out there. How are we all doing today? It is a beautiful Monday afternoon. No, that's not right. It is a beautiful Monday evening. It has been storming all day long. I hope everybody's been doing well out there as it's been hot, hot, hot this summer. I hope you are drinking water. I hope you are doing well. I hope you have not been abducted by ICE or harassed by the police. You know, all the things that people experience on a day-to-day, it seems these days. Anyway, I wanted to get on tonight to talk about all kinds of stuff, mostly more stuff that I covered the other day. Hello, thank you for joining. Welcome in. It's wonderful to have you. I streamed the other day, and when I streamed the other day, I didn't realize that I didn't have the setting that allowed the video to be saved. Hello, you can see it there. Hi! I need to figure out a background for that, or better colors for the chat. But but I tried streaming, and after I ended, it all disappeared, and I realized, oh no, it's gone. I didn't save it properly. And after that happened, I decided that I would come back on here, and I want that just a little bit quieter. I decided to come back on here and just sort of talk about some of the same things I talked about before. There we go. There we go. Let me know if the music's too loud or if you can't hear anything or whatever. You should be able to hear some music in the background, but I wanted to come on and talk about some of the same things I talked about before, and I have a new One Piece chapter to talk about tonight. That sounds lovely. I'm very excited about that. It was a very big chapter last week. Aside from that, I have some Balatro I might play. We'll see where the night takes us. But yeah, to start off with, I'm extremely happy that Zoran Mamdani is the primary Democratic nominee. Oh. Hopefully he's going to be taking home the New York City mayoral win. I don't see a world in which the Democrat does not win. Eric Adams and I think Andrew Cuomo as well are running as independents now. Both of them trying to are trying to cater to the working class as well as like the suburbanites. It's a very particular angle that they're trying to play, but Eric Adams is talking about his blue-collar past to try to bring up the imagery of dirty, hard-working hands as opposed to Zoran's manicured nails because he's such a goody two-shoes leftist elitist. So yeah, Zoran has won the Democratic primary. Now with that, the new battle becomes Zoran versus everybody. So now that Zoran has become the mayoral candidate, it is now Zoran the socialist versus all of capitalism, and they are all falling in line aside from like Tucker Carlson and Marjorie Taylor Greene, both obviously white supremacists, both Nazis, both big advocates for like great replacement and all kinds of Nazi propaganda. They have joined in on this sort of populism push that Zoran has made abundantly clear through an incredible force of volunteers, the likes of which I've never seen, but a labor force of 50,000 volunteers drummed up in the matter of about 4 months, along with that incredible point gaining about 40 points in the polls over those 4 months to getting to the point where he was able to overtake Andrew Cuomo in the lead and take over the primary nominee position. Now, everyone's falling in line, and it has become abundantly clear that populism is incredibly popular, as opposed to DoorDash lining the bankroll or lining the bank accounts of Andrew Cuomo, donating $500,000, I believe it was. The likes of Bill Ackerman and other New York billionaires donating millions of dollars to his super PACs in order to make sure that capitalism held out on top. All a big money lost by a absolute mandate of the people. The current president loves to talk about a mandate of the people, because he won the popular vote. He can do whatever he wants with a mandate of the people. Well, the mandate of the people for New York is that they want some socialist, they want some communist policies, and they will not be placated with anything else. I hope that this excitement keeps up. I hope that this excitement does not die in the face of adversity. Now, I've already seen lefties, kind of annoying lefties, but annoying lefties complaining about Zoran being placed on a pedestal, complaining about Zoran being, simply an individual, a fallible individual who can be held to faults, who can make mistakes, who can be corrupted. While all these things are true, show me a better fucking option. We've been giving a lighthouse in the middle of a deep, deep storm, the likes of which I've never seen across the 15 years that I've cared about politics. Like, the excitement drummed up from this one individual has been absolutely insane. And when you look at the campaign that he has run, he is an incredibly dedicated and incredibly consistent candidate. He has a very high degree when it comes to his speech, when it comes to his smile. Every opportunity that he has, he lights up. Again, like a lighthouse in the middle of a deep and desperate storm in the middle of the ocean. Again, he is just, hang on, let's switch over to my little, let's go. Switch over to my little face because I want to, Zohran Mamdani, look at the, oh, what a peach. What an absolute peach. He is just such a little cutie. I cannot believe the glow that he has around him. It's been really interesting watching the far right, Fox News, right propaganda machine push out content trying to portray him as the stereotypical scary Muslim that they love to portray in media, especially the Islamophobia from the likes of Charlie Kirk. To Charlie Kirk, the Islamophobia from Charlie Kirk, the Islamophobia from Ben Shapiro. You know, all the usual far right propagandist machine artists. They want to portray him as the scary Muslim, and again, you see this with Andrew Cuomo. During his campaign, his team releasing images of Zohran Mamdani. Hang on, let's pull up the Cuomo doctored. Where is it? They took his picture and they doctored it. Cuomo Super PAC took his face and they elongated his beard. They added this scary, grainy, more yellow, like Arizona, Middle Eastern filter to it. Darkened his skin a little bit, up the exposure, and boom, you got a scary Muslim man. Again, the Islamophobia is absolutely crazy, directed at this at a time that also tensions with Israel are only getting higher and higher. So Zohran's been lifted up to the very top echelons, I would say, of the Democratic Party. Suddenly, everyone is either incredibly against him or everybody wants to be on his team. And you have AOC, you have Bernie Sanders, you have Rashida Tlaib, who are all behind him because he, I don't know, stands for the principles that he preaches. So far, he consistently has good opinions. It goes back to when they asked all of the candidates who what their some of their top priorities were going to be. Their first responses were, "Oh, well, we're going to be dealing with Israel. We're going to be going and visiting Israel." While Zohran said, "Well, I'm going to be staying here, right in New York, and I'm going to be dealing with the problems that we're faced." The excitement around him from other left-leaning, other socialist identifying, other not openly identifying as communists because they would scare the American public, but the communist members of Congress are getting in his corner, while other members of Congress are actively fear-mongering against him, talking about how he wants to seize the means of production in New York, how he is going to turn New York into an anti-Semitic pigsty. Again, the Islamophobic dog whistles are absolutely crazy when they talk about the barbarism that New York City is going to be facing under the tutelage and leadership of a Muslim man. But in terms of things that they have to complain about, I don't see what they want to if the number one complaint that I've heard, aside from he's brown, is he's inexperienced. Hang on. This is almost as high as I am on a Saturday night. So, I was talking about Zoran, and I was talking about excitement for him, and I was talking about something. Anyway, I'll talk about Zoran in a minute. I have a bunch of decor behind me, some One Piece stuff. One Piece is my favorite piece of media. I've got a Luffy tattoo. I don't know how to. I guess that's the best way to show it off. I've got a Luffy tattoo that I just got recently. I've got a Yamato tattoo on my leg. But One Piece is incredible. If you haven't started watching it, I recommend it. And if you haven't started watching it, then I recommend waiting for the remake that's going to be coming out. I think later this year, if not early next year, hopefully. But I highly recommend One Piece to everybody. It's a big place from my sources for my worldview, sources for my cares of morality. There's a lot of amazing stories throughout the Odyssey of One Piece. But I can gush about that more later. I just wanted to show off. I've got pictures for some of the Straw Hats, Luffy's hat, just to explain some of the decor behind me. Very big fan of One Piece. But so we have enemies of Zoran painting him as all these different things. Again, brown. One of the things that they're complaining about that I don't see the problem with is his inexperience. Now, like when they talk about his inexperience, what the fuck do they care? Like look at the campaign right now in terms of like who we have, or look at the current administration. Donald Trump, I would never say was going to be a professional, experienced politician. I thought that was the whole fucking point of Donald Trump, was that he was an experienced politician. He was going to go in there and drain the swamp. Beyond that, he's got is the current administration for this current one we're in right now, not including his old one, where he had to fire just about everybody because they were against him. The current administration, almost everybody's just a placated yes man. Any like cabinet meeting that you watch is simply just everybody just blowing him. It's just everybody just taking his schlong and blowing bubbles on it. I don't know a better way to describe it. They speak to him as if he's a 4-year-old child king, like King Joffrey from Game of Thrones. Like, oh yes, Kingship Trump, you are such a benevolent king, and the work that you're doing is enabling all of us to save all of America, and the masses love you for it. You can hear the echoes in the streets of the way that they love you, Mr. President. Anyway, we're gonna round up 3,000 immigrants a day. This idea that the administration cares about experience as they bring in a 22-year-old to lead up, I think it's the counterterrorism wing. What was it? 22-year-old. Nope, not 222-year-old. 22-year-old head of, was it Homeland Security? ProPublica. Intern in charge, 22-year-old. Lead terrorism prevention. 1 year out of college, no apparent national security experience, and yet every single person in the administration is going to complain about a lack of experience from Zohra Mamdani. Get the fuck over yourself. The hypocrisy is always wild. Thomas Fugate graduated last year. Post celebrated social media posts about the exciting opportunities that lay beyond campus life in Texas. Onward and upward, he wrote. Little did he know he would be going straight upward to lead terrorism prevention in the United States of America. Oh God. I don't know if you heard that. My chair just tried to come out from under me. We are still alive, though. That's the deep state. That's watch out, everybody. ICE is out there, and they're messing with your chairs. They're gonna be messing with your mat. They're gonna be putting peas. They're gonna be taking peas. They're gonna be putting little peas underneath your mattress. This is what terrorism does. This is terrorism on the people, on the citizens of the United States of America. We make them scared, we make them uncomfortable, we make them afraid, and through that process, no stability can be found, no peace can be found. Marginalized people are rounded up in the streets. Meanwhile, you've got this fucker. He's 22? Wait, is this it? This guy's 22? I'm 30. This guy looks older than I do. Oh my god. Maybe he's a Wunderkind. Maybe he's Doogie Howser. I wonder how many Zoomers know about Doogie Hazard. I mean, I guess probably some because of How I Met Your Mother, right? Presumably at least 4 because of How I Met Your Mother. I don't know if y'all can hear music at all. It's going wildly inaccurate between loud and quiet, but but that's not likely the case. Maybe he's a wonder kid, but maybe that's not likely the case. This is hilarious. So again, inexperience does not matter. It's just a point that they're trying to play in order to give a talking point to their fan base as they, what does Hassan say? Blow each other over jalapeno poppers at Applebee's. They can talk about how the commie is ruining the country. Meanwhile, actually providing things like free buses, actually providing things like you hear quiet music. That's good to hear. That's wonderful. I hope it's not too loud. I'm sure it's fine. What's the worst that could happen? We'll put it up to there. Maybe that's we'll put it. Yeah, we'll just leave it there for now. So yeah, inexperience simply does not matter. What's the other thing? Again, he's brown. That's not actually a thing that matters. They say that he's anti-Semitic for a bunch of reasons. The main reason that they say that he's anti-Semitic comes down to the fact that he is anti-Zionism. I heard earlier today Ben Shapiro screaming that he wants to bring down the Jewish state and dismantle the Jewish state, and yes, as I also believe, Israel should not be a Jewish ethno-state. The idea of an ethno-state simply inherently includes the displacement of other people, and that displacement, as we have seen over the past I think 2 years almost, that displacement is always violent. There is no such thing as a peaceful displacement, and Israel consistently finds ways to become more and more brutal in their massacre of the Palestinians. I'm haunted by stories of them using drones to play the sounds of crying babies and friends and family members crying for help in the streets, to as soon as the Palestinians leave the safety of their shelter, they're shot by IDF Israeli snipers. Fun things like that. Quite a few months ago, there was something called the Flower Massacre, in which I believe 137 Palestinians were murdered while they were at an aid distribution site. This made major news. This made headlines all over the world. Israel was reprimanded for their disgusting behavior towards the Palestinians. However, nothing changed, except for the fact that the dehumanization campaign continued. After doing it once, and no real repercussions come from it, suddenly it's allowable to happen en masse. And now we see every single day Palestinians are being murdered and massacred at the very same aid distribution sites that they are simply trying to get flour from. I believe the number is upwards of over 500. Let's look right now. Number of Palestinians killed at aid. Also, the number for Palestinians killed, they still are trying to use the figure of about 50,000. That was done about since May 27th. 583 Palestinians have been killed and 4,186 injured. Sorry, let me while waiting for food, let's use an actual Source: over 400 Palestinians killed a week ago by the United Nations. But again, their dehumanization campaign against the Palestinians continues onward and upward, as our good friend Mr. Fugate, I can't believe Thomas Fugate, was that his name? 22-year-old. How is this guy 22? I know my face is mostly in the way, and I'm too lazy to change it on my screen, but what do you mean this guy is 22 years? It's just something about the, there's a bigger picture. Oh god, I'm not going to be signing up. There's something absolutely hilarious to me about the Republican Party and the way that they age. It must be the hate. It must simply be the hate in their heart that they hold so dearly, but something ages them so drastically. But also, like, he's got like that like rat mustache. Like, I've never been one that can grow facial hair. I will be the first to admit that. I do not grow it well. I do not grow it evenly. During COVID, I tried my best to, and that went very poorly. I think I went 2 months without shaving, and during that time, it was the patchiest thing you've ever seen. But luckily, each strand was about an inch long. This, however, gives, you know, the John Mulaney, Cheeto fingered, rat mustached. I don't like the stars. I don't like the stars on the tie either. I feel like that's a pretty bad move. But also, the sideburns are giving like slight Wolverine, like slight Hugh Jackman Wolverine. I might be crazy, but anyway, onward and upward was what got me back to good old Mr. Fugate. But now we have a flower massacre happening every day. As communities, as people are dehumanized, it simply allows the permissibility of disgusting actions against those people. And as we have simply seen, there is no stopping the Israel war machine from continuing in their devastation against the Palestinians. The consistent starvation is absolutely disgusting and can't be called anything less than a genocide, completely decimating and displacing the Palestinian people. Stages of genocide in Gaza. I think this was this wasn't the page that I wanted. Nope, that wasn't the page that I wanted. Let me not go to Reddit. Here we are. So we have a bunch of fun things that make up genocide. Here's the general list that's been identified. I believe it's by the Holocaust Foundation. Is that it? Holocaust. I don't want to mess up my Holocaust information live on stream. My very first stream that's being recorded. Holocaust Foundation, stages of genocide. Please help me. Here it is. Montreal Holocaust Museum. This was the first place that I found this list at. I don't know if this is the original source, but that's the best that I have at this moment. However, when we look at the list that we have here, and we look at the open-aired prison that the Israelis have been, that the Palestinians have been subjected to, when we look at the consistent, as we see here, othering that they've been subjected to, it simply can be called as nothing other than a genocide. Now, what I like about, let me pause my music so we can bring up, what I like about the right is you have good old people. What's his name with the mullet? I'm blanking on his name with the mullet. Shout out Melon T. Love Melon T. Favorite YouTube content creator. Also, I'm coming after you to fight you for Sanji. You hear that? You hear that, Mel? Hang on. Can you see me? I think you can see. Yeah, you can see me. You hear that, Mel? I'm coming for you. Sanji. Sanji is a person that can be shared. Sanji is a person that many people can love. I don't know if this is specifically something that you are steadfastly against. However, more than just you gets to share in the grace of Sanji. I know that I've heard you very possessively call him your boyfriend or potentially girlfriend. If it comes down to it, I guess we have to fight. I'd prefer that not to be the case, but we can chat about it another time. Your content is amazing. If you ever see this, well, I was about to look up JD Vance and what's his name with the mullet? Gosh, he's the guy Theo Vaughn. It's in the search. It's in the search. Theo Vaughn. I used to not have a very big problem with Theo Vaughn. But after this interview with I used to give him a little bit of a grace in terms of his accompaniment in the Joe Rogan universe sphere, and the way that and the group that he surrounds himself with. But after he, just because he's a little bit of a dumb guy, and I'm sure some aspect of that is a character, and him playing into that role a little bit. But the way in which he handled this interview with JD Vance, it is crazy to me. Is this split up into chapters? Of course it's not split up into chapters. I don't want to listen to this whole thing. But it's crazy to me that he had this interview with JD Vance, and oh my God, he looks horrifying. The entire interview was presented in this fashion of hey bro, listen up, bro. Hey man, we're just bros chatting. We just have differing opinions. We're just bros chatting about things.
Oh my God!
And
the president, and I'm going to be the vice president of the United States.
It would be one thing if Theo Vaughn hadn't, several days before having this conversation with JD Vance, he went on camera having an awakened opinion on the Palestinian situation, the genocide happening to the Palestinians. And as he was making this video talking about the Palestinians, he was in tears. He was talking about the way that they've been subjected to violence, to abuse, to torment. And in that conversation, he was crying. He was talking about the steps that need to be taken in order to bring about freedom for the Palestinians, to bring about reparations for the Palestinians. And he then goes on to talk to JD Vance, the Vice President of the United States of America, again while playing into this sort of dumb guy role routine, and discuss with him the issue of Palestine. I don't know entirely where that is in here, but I think we're about here now. Talking about Palantir. Who cares about Palantir? That's not true. We should all care about Palantir.
The government doesn't already have this information; it just does.
Right.
You got to make sure it doesn't misuse it.
Got it.
And that's my view.
So-
we got to live in reality, and the government's already got this information. We just need to make sure they don't misuse it. And on the Gaza thing, just sort of chat about
On the
that a
Gaza
little bit.
thing.
I mean,
On the Gaza thing. Yeah, it's pretty disgusting. On one day he's happy to cry and make a video about how Palestinians are being tortured and it's disgusting and they need to be freed. And then the next day he's having a discussion with JD Vance. And I brought this video up specifically because I wanted to talk about these stages of genocide, specifically because please go away, cookies. I don't. Yeah, sure. You can cookie me up, Cookie Monster. Oh no, now they're French cookies. I think my screen's in the way. Uh, no, I can't show it. I got a cookie warning, but now it's in French. Yeah, you can have my French cookies. So, one of these stages of genocide, or rather the last stage of genocide, is denial, specifically the perpetrators. The perpetrators being, I don't know, maybe the American government who's been funding weapons and funding Israel this entire time throughout this ongoing genocide of the Palestinians. The perpetrators of the genocide deny having committed their crimes. Victims are often blamed, evidence is hidden, and witnesses are intimidated. So, with that in mind, here we have the President of the United States, J.D. Vance, having a conversation with Theo Von, somebody who I would argue is not equipped for this conversation. And I don't say that in a way of I am equipped for this I would not be equipped for this conversation, because I would probably I would not be equipped for this conversation because I don't think I would get upset and have a loud voice. And I don't think Theo Von is prepared for this conversation, in the sense of it is not simply a matter of when JD Vance says my opinion on this Gaza thing. It's you simply don't have opinions. You're the vice president of the United States. You have policies. You have agendas. You have pieces of a machine that you are trying to cram together in a way to manufacture consent to get Americans on board with this funding of a genocide thing. You don't want to call it a genocide, a Gaza thing. Let's watch for a
like
sec.
A human being. So I look at this stuff, I see these videos, I see the pictures, and it's very heartbreaking.
It's so sad.
You know,
It's so
since you brought it
sad.
up, like what we're trying to do here is try to solve two problems here. Okay, so on the one hand, you've got innocent people, innocent Palestinians, and innocent Israeli hostages, by the way, who are like caught up in this terrible violence that's happening as we speak. Okay, and we're trying to get as much aid and as much support into people as humanly possible. That's like one thing that's going on.
We're trying to get as much aid in as humanly possible as we allow the Israel to maintain the blockade, allowing aid to get into the sites. You know, as we allow Israel to kidnap Greta Thunberg, I believe is the correct pronunciation, but kidnap Greta and in a humiliation kink put her on a plane and send her back to France as a victim. After you've acted as terrorists against their flotilla in international waters. The idea that what was it that he said?
We're trying to get as much aid and as much support into people as humanly possible.
We're trying to get as much aid in as humanly possible, except for the fact that we don't want any of that aid to get inside, and we are funding Israel to allow them to maintain the blockade that would allow the aid to get inside to feed the Palestinians. But also, once that aid gets there, don't worry, we've given Israel, we've given IDF soldiers funds to be able to purchase weapons, so they can use those weapons and ammunition to just do open fire, open season shooting range on those Palestinians at those aid events. Don't worry, everyone, it's not a genocide.
That's like one thing that's going on. The other side is Israel's attacked by this terrible terrorist organization. I think people sometimes forget that, right? They forget, like, the thing that kicked this off is that we had this terrible terrorist attack, and you had a lot of innocent Israeli civilians die in that terrorist attack. And so
the idea that October 7th, and, you know, I'll say it once, October 7th was a horrific event. I followed that up by bringing up one of my favorite quotes, RFK oppression quote. Where is it? Hang on. Give me 5 seconds while I rack my brain, because my brain is not working. RFK oppression quote. Peaceful revolution. That's it. Those who make peaceful resolution. Hang on. Let me pull it up. First website didn't want to work. Maybe the set didn't want to work. Boop-a-da-boo, boop-a-da-boo. I want to get this right. Why is it so hard? Here it is. Those who make peaceful revolution impossible will make violent revolution inevitable. What are you supposed to do if you have been subjected to an open-air prison, an apartheid state, in which you have been othered to the point that you are demanded to wear different identification while you're in the Israel section of your land, while your people are displaced into 3 different camps, 3 different sections based off of status, based off of their goodness as a Palestinian, determined by the Israels. What exactly are they supposed to do? October 7th was disgusting, and I would never condone any type of violence whatsoever. But in the great words of John F. Kennedy, those who make peaceful revolution impossible will make violent revolution inevitable. We see this time and time again with every force that has been every community that's been oppressed.
I think what we're trying to do in the Trump administration with that situation is to get to a peaceful resolution. And I think the peaceful resolution looks something like this. You've got to give Israel confidence that Hamas is never going to attack them and kill a bunch of civilians. And then you've got to get as much aid and support into these innocent Palestinians as possible, because in some ways they're caught in the middle of this thing too. One thing that I like...
Caught in the middle so much that the killing of, I believe, how many killed on October 7th? October 7th. Nope, not that source. 1,200 civilians. Absolutely disgusting. Would never support that, would never condone that. Again, the figure of 50,000 Palestinians is outdated. We are up to about 500,000 Palestinians that have been killed by Israel directly from the actions since October 7th.
I don't love about the whole Israel-Palestinian debate is I think it kind of degrades our humanity a little bit, because I've seen people on the left, mostly on the left, who will say, well, they'll completely ignore that Israel, like all these innocent Israelis were killed in this terrorist attack. And then you have some
Oh, we didn't ignore that. Crazy.
people usually on the right who will completely ignore that there are like kids who are caught up in this violence. And I think it's why
They do that. That is a thing I see them do.
the president has been, I call him the president of peace. It's why he cares about solving this problem, because the longer
That
this
age
goes
like
on,
that age like milk.
the more suffering, the more death. So we're trying to solve it as much as we can. It's not easy.
Do you have a say in it?
Yeah, of course. I mean, well, the president's obviously the person who makes the final decision all the time. But yeah, I mean, we certainly, I think I'm one of the few people that he's talking to constantly. We're constantly, we're talking to the Israeli government. We're talking to people in the Arab world. We're talking to people in the Palestinian territories. Like, we're constantly engaging in diplomacy. I mean, one of the crazy things, dude, is
one of the crazy things about the Israel-Palestine thing, the debate, one of the things about it.
This guy is a very dear friend of diplomacy. I mean, one of the crazy things, dude, is
one of the crazy things,
this guy is a very
dude.
dear friend of the president's. He's our special envoy of the Middle East, Steve Witkoff. He's a Jewish guy, very pro-Israel. He's done more to try to bring this conflict to a close than anybody. And you sometimes have people who say that they're pro-Israel who attack Steve for not being pro-Israel enough. And I think it's totally bogus. Like, I see this guy operate every single day. He actually is. Like, he's a Jewish guy who believes in the purpose of the state of Israel. He also is a guy with a heart who's trying to prevent the killing.
Yeah.
The purpose of the state of Israel is to maintain a majority Jewish demographic, to maintain a Jewish ethno-state. Again, to maintain an ethno-state that requires the displacement and the getting rid of other people that do not fit into the mold that you see fit. Specifically, this means that you have steadfast rights as a Jew, as a Jewish person, to be able to go over to Israel and claim land to be able to live in Israel. And during that process, taking land away from a Palestinian, that seems like a fair trade, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I think there's just like when I talk about this whole debate has caused us to lose our humanity. I think of the people who are constantly going after Steve because this is a guy. He's a father. He lost one of his own children because of an overdose, and he loves people. He believes in the value of human life, and he's doing a really good job. And he's one of the important people in the presidency here too.
Yeah, it seems like I've heard of Mr. Witkoff, but I never met him. But I would
Good
like,
dude.
yeah.
You should have him.
Good dude. Good dude. Let me tell you. He's a top tier dude. Let me tell you. In terms of dudes, he's at the top. He's a primo dude. Hundo P. Primo dude.
I think I think the tough thing just as a regular person, right? It's like we're seeing all these videos of people like picking up pieces of their children and like
Of course.
it's the sickest thing I think it's ever been televised. Basically, if you consider watching something on your phone
It's
being
very
televised,
sad, man.
It feels like a massacre, and it feels like I've called it a genocide. Other people have different thoughts about it, and that's fine, right? And I don't need anybody to share the same thoughts or you two. But I think where it gets scary is that we we're complicit in it because we help fund like military stuff, and that's where it's like a regular.
You want to say that we're complicit in it and that we're part of the problem. Meanwhile, you're sitting across from the guy and saying that's actively has a role in shaping this, and you're saying, "Hey, man, we've got different opinions. You don't necessarily have to agree with me. You don't need to agree with me on this. I don't care if you don't agree with me on this particular thing. I'm not going to push back. I'm not going to push back too hard on this particular thing that, is disgusting. People picking up pieces of their children. Absolutely. I'm not going to harp too much on us having differing opinions on that. It's okay if we have different opinions. But it's upsetting to see. Like, no, again, this is not an opinion. You're talking to the Vice President of the United States. This is a matter of policy. It is the policy of the United States Vice President that this is not a genocide. That the treatment of the Palestinians, while disgusting, doesn't constitute a show of force strong enough from the United States in a matter of cutting off the capitalist material funds that we are providing to Israel to continue this exact treatment. Like, you were sitting across from the person that has power to directly stop Israel having the weapons to do this, and you're saying we don't have to have the same opinion. Again, this is not a person that is prepared for this type of interview. Again, I'm not the type of person that is prepared for this type of interview. It's an incredibly difficult thing to do, and the right plays into this. The right takes advantage of this every opportunity that they have, and brings in every person that they can onto Joe Rogan, so you can have that great ape just knuckle drag his way through a conversation. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, and anything anybody says, any nonsense that anybody wants to spout, they can go on his show and they can talk about. But if they go on and they go a little bit too far left, he's happy to push back on them. Love this.
Guy, you're like, well, I'm paying these taxes and they're going towards this, like, but you can't do anything, like you can talk, but it's like you can't. I don't understand how it becomes like tough for people. Like sometimes it feels like we look out for the interests of Israel before we look out for the interests of America.
Again, this age like milk as we lay down fire and strike and brimstone over Iran, trying to destroy their nuclear facilities. Yeah, this aged beautifully. It's almost like we care about the interests of Israel more than America.
Say a couple things. So number one, like, I think you're a great dude. So we don't always have to agree on everything.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt again. I'm losing my mind. If I hear JD Vance say, "I think you're a great dude," so we don't have to agree. We don't have to agree on everything. I think you're a great dude.
Agree on everything. Do I think it's a genocide No, and here's the reason why I don't think it's a genocide, because I don't think that the Israelis are purposely trying to go in and murder every Palestinian. I don't think that's what they're doing. I think they got hit hard, and I think they're trying to, like, sort of destroy this terrorist organization. And war is hell, and that is true. I also think it's true, man. I mean, I've seen people on my side of the political aisle. I'm a Republican, you know that, but your audience may not, who, like, will see these videos of these innocent Palestinian kids and say, "Oh, well, they had it coming to them." No. Like, if you have a soul, your heart should break when you see a little kid who's suffering. Which is why we have the policy that we have, which is we're trying to eliminate the conflict, eliminate the source of the conflict, so that we can actually bring some peace and some humanitarian assistance into people. And that's my basic view. And the president's interesting. He's a pro-Israel guy.
Yeah.
And he also recognizes that to bring any conflict to a close, you've got to talk to everybody.
Yeah.
And so, we've been attacked. I've been attacked. The president's been attacked for being too interested in diplomacy. And you ask, like, what can I do? I think that what people should demand is that if our tax dollars are going to something, we should be actively trying to fix it. Okay, that's kind of the way that I think about it.
Yeah, if we have a problem with the way that we have a problem with the direction that our
And you ask, like, what can I do?
tax
I think
dollars
that
are
what
going.
people should demand is that if our tax dollars are going to something,
I want to get the
we should
subtitle
be
up.
actively trying to fix it.
If our tax dollars are actively going to something, we should be actively trying to fix it. Not if that thing is something that we have a problem with, just in general. Not if that thing is something that we want to make better, just anything. If we have tax dollars going to it, we need to fix it, whether it's broken or not. I think this is absolutely disgusting, the way in which he frames this entire conversation. This, again, virtue signaling of, I think it's heartbreaking. Like, anybody with a soul can see that Palestinians that are being murdered is just disgusting and shouldn't be happening by any means whatsoever. While at the same breath, what was it that he said? I want to make sure that I get this right. War is hell. War is hell, guys. War sucks. It just sucks that these Palestinians just got in the way of all the rubble that fell from every building that was destroyed. Every piece of Gaza, everything that's just been destroyed of Gaza, all the before and after images of Gaza, everything that they've done to this poor country, to these poor people. I think you're a great dude, so we don't have to agree.
I don't think.
But do I think it's a genocide? No.
Purposely trying to go in and murder every Palestinian. I don't think that's what they're.
It's fine, dude. It's fine. They're not trying to go in and murder every Palestinian. They're just trying to go in and murder every Palestinian that gets in the way of any bullet that's already flying through the air from a gun pointed towards them. They are they're not trying to murder every Palestinian that gets crushed under the falling rubble of every bomb and missile that they send into highly densely populated areas. Every missile they send into hospitals. It's fine, dude. I don't think they're committing a genocide. They're not actively trying to murder Palestinians. They're not setting up drones to have sounds of crying babies and injured people outside so that they can lure people out into the streets and then shoot them with snipers. They're not actively trying to murder Palestinians. That's why I don't think it's a genocide, dude.
Doing. I think they got hit hard, and I think they're trying to, like, sort of destroy this terrorist organization. And war is hell, and that is true. I also think it's true, man. I mean, I've seen people on my side of the political aisle. I'm a Republican, you know that, but your audience may not, who, like, will see these videos of these innocent Palestinian kids and say, "Oh, well, they had it coming to them." No. Like, if you have a soul, your heart should break when you see a little kid who's suffering.
Again,
which is
the
why we have
virtue signaling
policy
is
that we have,
crazy.
which is
Like
we're trying to
you care.
stop
Yeah, I think you're
eliminate
grossed out that they're
conflict,
brown.
eliminate the source of the conflict so that we can actually bring some peace and some humanitarian assistance into people. And that's my basic view. And the president's interesting. He's a pro-Israel guy.
Yeah.
And he also recognizes
Gotta be
that to
pro-Israel.
bring any conflict to a close, you've got to talk to everybody.
Yeah.
And so, we've been attacked. I've been attacked. The president's been attacked for being too interested in diplomacy. And you ask, like, what can I do? I think that what people should demand
I forgot about this
is
piece.
that if our tax dollars are going to
I got so
something,
excited about the
we should
first
be
piece of this. I
actively
forgot
trying
about what I
fix
wanted to
it.
say about
Okay,
this
that's-
piece. They say this as they actively, I remember this little thing happening where there are some protests happening in the city called, I think it was Los Angeles, where protests took up, I think it was like, I think overall it was around like 8 square city blocks. Like, it was such a blip on the actual radar of LA. LA protest map of map in city. Will that get me the image that I want? I want to see. Yeah, so I mean, in terms of like the Friday clash, like there was or the Friday clash, the LA protest. Like there is some happening down I think near the Compton area as well as in downtown LA. But this idea that they were taking over all of LA is just false. And so we have people that had a problem with the way their tax dollars were being spent. So these people, they went in and they took to the streets to communicate the only way that they knew how that they had a problem with the way their tax dollars were being spent. And what was done in response to this, in response to the rise of public outrage to ICE Gestapo acting like brutes in the street, rounding up people like in ways would have Anne Frank crying about. What exactly happened in response to, again, the people rising up upset about this? They sent in the National Guard. They sent in Marines. Police violence escalated to insane places. Like the idea of go out and just, talk about the problem to be able to fix it, as if they don't do everything they can to stomp out any kind of organized protest, organized resistance at the smallest to the largest level.
That's kind of the way that I think about it. And what happened with the Biden administration, man, it's crazy. They were spending so much money all over the world, they weren't engaged in diplomacy at all. So we sent $300 billion to Ukraine, for example, and you never had the President of the United States actually trying to force a diplomatic settlement. When you talk about bodies all over the ground, dude, the Russia-Ukraine thing is the most vicious. We see satellite images, we see classified images.
That's a nice pivot.
It is vicious, and again, it's I will hear people who will say, well, they're. Again,
Let's talk
most
about this
genocidal,
instead,
so
huh?
The Russians got killed. That's a good thing. Look, I'm not defending the invasion. I'm not defending starting a war. But when human beings are getting blown to bits, your heart should feel sad about that,
Yeah.
and you should try to do something to fix it. And that's what we're trying to do. And we get crap for it.
But don't be a Colombian student demanding that your school divest from Israeli companies. Don't do that, or else we're gonna make sure that you get deported and sent to CCOT down in El Salvador, like Mahmoud Khalil. Don't do crazy things like demand that people be held accountable for the atrocities committed against the Palestinians. Don't be happy that we're upset that when Zohran Mamdani says that when Bebe Netanyahu would come to New York, that he would arrest him. The again idea that they care about any of this is just crap. It's the military-industrial complex having a way in which they can siphon off their spent resources. After they get rid of the weapons that they've been holding on to for years, they can create contracts to be able to build new weapons. The weapon contractors make a whole bunch of money selling those weapons to the highest bidder. As those weapons get filtered out from our government contractors, in which we give those weapons to the IDF, the Israeli forces, to be able to use on the Palestinians, to be able to use in their training devices after it gets watered down and filtered through, and we use it on enough brown people that we normalize it to then it can be used on white people. Once we get to that point, then those same weapons are then given to then those same weapons are given to the NYPD, the U.S. police forces. The IDF actively trains most U.S. police forces, and again gives them those weapons. So
Makes me feel the best.
it's all just a part of the machine, and the idea that you care about the Palestinians being blown up is just false. You don't care, JD Vance. You don't give a shit. The only thing that you care about is making sure that the machine continues, because at some point you were shuffled into a dark room and told what would happen if you didn't make sure that these certain things with Israel happened. And that's how we got here today.
Whether it's in Israel or Russia, Ukraine, like, we're actually trying to bring this stuff to some settlement and to some close. And if we do, we're going to save a lot of lives. And if we don't, it was worth the try.
Yeah. Yeah, I just have one more question. And I want to say, I recognize that it's like you can't expect people to do stuff immediately. You can't expect things to happen overnight.
Sure.
And that you get into a place and there's a lot of people that are already there, and you have to figure out, how do I make my way in this? How do I figure out to get some of the things I want, and I have to give up some of the things that I also want, right? And so I just want to let you know that I recognize that, and I think I learn to recognize that more, I think, the older that I get and learn a little bit more about politics. It's not just like this guy got the job, everything's going to be done immediately.
Yeah.
I do want to ask really quick, this is important because there's a lot, like President Trump talked about this. He signed this executive order to make price transparency for healthcare, right? And for hospital bills and medical billing. Yeah. And we talked about last time you were on, you said your wife was giving birth and you didn't even know like how much it was cost to take, and you're like, how much is it? If you're like, well, shit.
Is that it?
Could it be?
Is that all the pushback?
I mean,
I'm thankful that you're spending time with me.
No.
Oh, I'm thankful you're spending time with me. I'm skipping ahead. Is that all of the?
Just because he was sort of.
Is that all of the pushback that we had?
Or one of the treatment.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's all the pushback that we had on Palestine. He's past talking about Palestine now. Yeah, I guess he was just comfortable with agreeing to disagree with JD Vance about it being a genocide, and being fine that they have differing opinions. Because, dude, we got. I don't think a genocide's happening, so, therefore it must not be. I don't think a genocide is happening. The perpetrators of the genocide deny having committed their crimes, as 500,000 Palestinians are dead, most of which unknowing, or most of which we don't even know about, as they're simply buried underneath rubble. Anyway. I wanted to talk about this because I do not think that there is a space for me on this platform to be able to talk about anything that I want to, including news, including One Piece, including as I eventually plan to talk about Pokemon, as I plan to talk about cheese, as I plan to talk about leftist politics. I don't believe that there's any room on this platform for me to not have an open and vibrant voice on the Palestinian issue, I think, as this gentleman would call it. So I would simply like to openly say, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. There is no negotiation when it comes to Palestinian liberation, and that is my stance on the subject. With that, I am going to go to the bathroom real quick, and when I come back, I was going to talk about Zohra Mamdani more, because I got distracted and wanted to go on a tangent because I'm pissed off about things happening over there. But meanwhile, thanks you so much, everybody, for tuning in so far. That was a long rant. I Feel like that was pretty long-winded. I think I've been going for about an hour now. So yeah, I think I'm going to go to the bathroom and probably fuel up on some more water. But I'll be back in just a couple minutes. If anyone's still here, thank you again for sticking along for so long. My feelings will not be hurt if you're not here when I get back. I just want you to stay safe out there and make sure that you're drinking plenty of water. And try to survive the heat. Be back in a couple minutes, though. Oops, wrong button. Tee. And I'm back. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, everybody. So I want to... Hi, thanks back. Hi, back. Thank you for loving the theme. I appreciate it. I hope everyone's doing well still. I want to play some Balatro. I don't know if y'all are fans of the game or not, but it is a happy, fun little game. Where is my music? Balatro, where are you? Balatro music, where are you? Wee! Let's go little. There's my Balatro screen. Where's my Balatro music? So I hope everyone's doing well. It's been so freaking hot the past week. I am not enjoying it personally. I used to live in Chicago. And while I was there, the winters were far, far too cold. It's the, in my opinion, best city in the world to live in for approximately... Why is the sound not playing? That is the question. Is it... I think it's probably just a matter of needing to do you. Audio, that didn't fix it. Try again. Oh, there we go. There we go. Hope this isn't too loud. Dun 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 dun. Ooh. Hang on, getting all the sound stuff right. Trying to anyway. I'm gonna put it... I don't think that's too loud. Sorry, fixing the volume. We're gonna say right there. Good volume. Cool. We're gonna go right there and say that's good for now. We got Balatro up. For anybody who doesn't know, this is a fun little game. New run. Oop. Excuse me. For anybody who doesn't know, this is a fun little game called a roguelike. A roguelike is a game in which you start out basically with nothing, and as you progress through the game, typically through each challenge you go through, you gain another item or another opportunity to strengthen your role going forward. This specific game, Balatro, is this idea based in... Why is this not updating? What is going on here? Is that better? Webcam frame, webcam, Balatro. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why aren't you showing the screen? What are you... Is that better? No, that doesn't want to do it. What are you doing? Let me know if you can't see the Balatro screen. I don't know why it's not wanting to show it right now. What is going on? Okay, right. I think it's working fine. Balatro is a fun game in which you go through a roguelike, and it acts as though it were and it is a poker-based roguelike. So with this, Yeah, I guess it's showing it. I don't know why. For some reason on my OBS display, it won't show my display capture when I click into it. It's not showing it. See, yeah, I don't know why it's not doing that. What are you doing? Well, let's try restarting that. Let's see if this fixes it. Oh, what the crap? Why is it flashing like that? What a fun problem to have. Alright, so it's just when I play the game, it decides it doesn't want to work. How fun. Sorry to be figuring this out on stream, everybody. Steam. La-di-da-di-da-di-da. So while I try to figure this out, I might as well talk about good old Zoram Mamdani. Yeah, I don't know why it's flashing like that. What an annoying problem to have. Let's see what the good old-fashioned internet has to say about something like this. Playing game on display. Capture. Flashing in OBS. Try adjusting game capture. Let's try doing that instead. Again, apologies to anybody who may be out there. Thank you, all good. Take your time. Oh. Nope. There it goes. Let's game capture. I think I've done it. I think I've done it because I'm a genius. We're just gonna cover this up for now like it doesn't exist. I'll clean that up later. Yay! Anyway, now that's done, we can focus on talking about important things like the way this game works. So we'll be doing a new run, and just because I don't feel like thinking too hard and because this is my first time doing a game on stream, we're just going to be going with White Stake. White Stake just means that it's base difficulty and it doesn't have any too hard complications. My specific deck that I'm going to be playing is the Ghost deck. This means that spectral cards may appear in the shop, and you start with a Hex card. A Hex card gives you a specific ability that lets you, when you play a Hex card, you get to take one of your jokers and make it polychrome. That'll make sense at some point to anybody who doesn't know how the game works, but all this to say, I'm really excited the fact that I have not one but two sources of water. Make sure to drink water, everybody. Water's important, especially when it's a fucking heat wave outside. So every day, I remember I was having a conversation with a dear loved one at one point about what comes next in the world between whether we are going to be seeing like cyberpunk future or whether we're going to be seeing like Mad Max future. And I'm really sad to say, unfortunately, it's leaning more towards the Mad Max end of things. Oh God, what have I done? Let's just undo that part real quick. We'll leave this as here for now because again, I'm lazy. But again, talking about what future beholds us, and as I hear stories about like in India it reaching 136 degrees outside, and in Las Vegas it hitting 126 degrees, and hear stories about how AI is taking up all of the water that exists everywhere in like Texas where the servers are. I'm just looking at the future and thinking, wow, it sure does look Mad Max. So again, this is a roguelike. We start out with our hex card in this. I do need to change the size of my beloved webcam and webcam frame. We'll shrink that down to there, and then we can just take the webcam, shrink that down to inside of here. No, God. Close enough for now. Anyway, with Hex, you get to add polychrome to a random Joker, and it destroys all other Jokers. But if you can get a good Joker early, it's a nice benefit to have throughout the game. So you go through the game and you make different types of hands based off the cards you have. So many discards, so many hands. And you make different hands. For instance, a flush. Oh wait, let me go over here. I need to change my tag on Twitch. So I was where are you? Edit stream info. Balatro. There we go. So I was very excited to hear that again another dear loved one of mine surpassed the One Piece baby in terms of episodes seen. Seen enough episodes that they have now I think it's the One Piece baby is like 525 or something like that. So that's some pretty exciting news. Very happy to hear for them. Ooh, ×3 trio. If hand contains 3 of a kind, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad place to start. But I would rather, I think, open the buffoon pack. What's in here? Oh man, I played myself. 3 more. We'll get some money in from that. We'll open up this now, and that's not what I wanted to see at all. We'll make a gold card for better econ. We'll go into our next round. Boop, 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 boop. Get a nice little flush in. I'm really excited to see, hopefully, Zohra Mamdani do really good things in New York. New York is a wonderful litmus test for policies to be able to be put forward. For example, let's try getting some money real quick. Ooh, that's a good thing to have in my hand to round this off. Thank you. So with Zohran Mamdani winning the primary and him taking on the be good for a while. Let's do some. Don't do lucky sevens. Yeah, let's do some lucky sevens for now. New York is a wonderful litmus test for all kinds of things to be able to test it in, because if it works in New York, then there are some pretty good odds that it might work in other places as well. Only 1 in 4 chance. I need to play it safe and. One of the policies that I'm really excited for from Zoran is the city-led, city-run grocery stores. I think this is an incredible prospect that could be taken everywhere. Ooh, that's a lucky upgrade. That can be taken everywhere, all over the place. As of right now, the largest supermarket, the largest grocery store available is Walmart. I don't know if y'all have heard of good old Wally World, but it's fucking everywhere. And with Walmart being everywhere, it is also one of the largest employers in the country, and is also one of the largest employers of underpaid employees in the country. Walmart works off of exploitation and gets the profit margins from stealing from the labor of the from their employee force. And not only does Walmart get subsidies that specifically allow them to, in Walmart's words, or rather the way it should be working, is keep the price of products low, despite the fact that price gouging exists to crazy amounts every fucking day, as the normal person sees when they go to the grocery store, and their cuties, their halos are fucking $8 a bag. But this oh god, I lost my train of thought. What was I talking? Oh yes, these so Walmart gets subsidies from the government to be able to maintain low prices. And meanwhile, their employees are paid such little money that most employees at Walmart not only have to work multiple jobs, but also employees of the Walmart are also the largest beneficiaries of SNAP benefits, of food stamps, of social safety nets in general. So Walmart is being bailed out by the federal government on multiple fronts, while the leaders of Walmart are simply, again, stealing the labor of the working class that they have in all of their stores across the country. Anyway, with Zoran Mamdani, to a single rank, I don't care about that. Celestial, I don't care. I don't want that. Let's save our money. So Zoran Mamdani having the opportunity to go in and open up city-run grocery stores. It opens the opportunity for everyone to be able to look at that potentially working out very well and saying, we should do this fucking everywhere, and actually have a place in which you don't have profit margins placed on food. Because why would we place profit margins on something that everybody needs to survive? Seems disgusting if you ask me. One away from a flush still. We'll just play money. Aw. Here we go. There's a flush. Hey, and a level up. That's some pretty good luck. That's some pretty good luck right there, if you ask me. That'll keep me going for a while. Arcana. Ooh, Hanged Man. Yeah. Bam, 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 bam. For now. Burn it. Wow, that's crazy luck on the Space Joker. That's wild luck on the Space Joker. The masses didn't think it was possible. Ooh, Hanged Man sounds nice. I like the sound of another Hanged Man. I don't really want to do Celestial packs right now because I'm doing fine on flushes. 2 random cards per hand play does not sound like the most fun for me. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sounds decently fun though. I'm excited at some point to play Pokemon on the channel, probably through Smogum, as well as eventually through the Switch. But I'm debating how much time I want to spend specifically doing team building on the channel and playing around with doing that live, as opposed to doing team building off screen and then coming back. I don't know why I got rid of the lucky card. Yeah, whatever. But I'm excited to play around with that a little bit. I love Pokemon. I don't know about y'all. I've been playing Pokemon, I think, since I was 5. I want to say. I remember at a very young age watching my older cousin play Pokemon Stadium, and that was always a blast. Let's just get wild. Yeah. But spent a lot of time watching my older cousin play Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Stadium 2, and then my first game was Pokemon Crystal. Love Crystal. Don't know if y'all are familiar. Let's go ahead and get that. 1 more hand per round. Sounds lovely. I think I'm okay. I want to get more money. Money, please. Money, please. We can Hangman those. We can discard those. We can play those. That's a nice pair upgrade. Oh, such good Space Joker. Space Joker luck is what? Ooh, Mega Arcana. But yeah, I've been playing Pokemon for a long time. My first game was Pokemon Crystal officially. Great game if y'all haven't played it. Ooh, a steel card sounds lovely. To you and $7 versus a Joker. $7 would have been better. Ooh, Emperor. Ooh. Ooh, okay. We're fine with that for now, I guess. Nothing else is some money later. But yeah, Pokemon Crystal was incredible. The moment where you beat the 8th gym and you're like, oh, time for the Elite Four. You go and you beat the Elite Four, and then after that you're like, oh, okay, I beat the game. And then you go surfing across some Pallet Town. You're able to go to actually Kanto. Oh my god, it was revolutionary. I've never seen a bigger plot twist in a game since then. I've never been more impressed since then, I might add. Ooh, that counts as a straight. That's lovely to see. Might as well do that. I like the fact I'm getting some queens in. I think I win with this. Nope, never mind. Yay, money. But yeah, that was absolute peak, and then getting to experience Kanto for the first time. through Crystal as opposed to playing red and blue and or yellow, and then it was I think it was probably the best experience at the time. I think also like experiencing the grittiness, the grind of playing Pokemon probably didn't really help the ADHD that I believe I have. You know, like every single time you encounter a battle and you beat that Pokemon, you're instantly granted the gratification of victory music and experience points. It's very satisfactory. Swashbucklers, fine. Glass. That worked out probably for the best it could have. I love that for me. The psychic, oh no. I hate a psychic. I hate this game. Just give me a heart. Just give me a heart. Oh my god. You know what? I'm gonna possibly go out on this, but I'm gonna be stubborn about it. Oh wait, I'm also getting money. I forgot about that. Oh, I mean, I didn't forget about that. That was on purpose. You see, I'm just so impressive at this game. I knew that I would get bukus of cash by doing that and thought, ooh, la la, perfect opportunity. More money. There's the hearts that I need. There's my flush. This should be enough. Do I want to do it one more time? I do want to do it one more time. That money sounds really nice, and this should be enough to get me over the hedge. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Plus one hand. Ooh. Sorry, I'm using all of my brain power to figure out what to do here. We're gonna open this first. Love that for me. Choose one. I like the temperance. Let's go crazy here. You know, I think we're going to have some good luck, and I feel like trying to do something big, because why not? I did that wrong. I did all of that wrong. Alright, well, I guess this creates a new type of game. Let's see what happens now going into this. You know, that's what happens when you go too fast. I got a little distracted and I'm paying the cost for it, but we persist. I would be Not else, if not stubborn. Am I stubborn? I don't know that I'd really call myself stubborn, to be honest. I'm out of discards already. That's heartbreaking, to be honest. Points. Bunches of points. More points, please. Thank you. More points, please. Money, please. Yay. There's one. See if I can't find a good Joker now. There's a Fool. Temperance would be good. Little bit more money. Let's go ahead and next round. I might do a mulligan on this. Ooh, might as well just do this. Let me. Whatever. This should be fine. That was not fine. Aren't I a fool? Don't I have egg on my face? The music in this game is so zen. It's so peaceful. Ba-na-ba-na-ba-ba-ba-ba-na. Alright, I have my invisible Joker. Let's see if I find a good Joker. If not, Burglar. When Burglar is selected, gain. Bum. Yeah, we're gonna do a mulligan on this run real quick. It's not we're not gonna be able to get there. Not after the flub that I made. I recently, with my roommate, made a list of One Piece characters, specifically of all of our favorite One Piece characters, and I think it's about time that I start going over this list of characters of mine. So my first favorite character in the series of One Piece, and again, is gotta be Luffy. You know, it's hard not to love Luffy, what he stands for, what he represents, the purity behind him, the good that he consistently shows, and also just the way in which he goes about things and his stupidity and the shared brain cell that he has. Everything about Luffy in my mind is just perfect. I have no faults with him whatsoever. I could go on about things that I love about him, but I know there are people that could spoil things for in the chat if there are those listening. So I instead am going to go on and talk about Sanji, my next favorite person. I at some point need to fight Mel. Ooh, that's all right. Need to fight Melon T. I don't think I've ever gotten a DNA this early. That's pretty exciting. But will it? It did. it did do it. We have a run. We have a run right here. And a chariot at the start. That's wild. All right, so let's see what we can do. Let's get wild. We're going crazy. We're gonna Hanged Man. Go ahead and Temperance and Fool to get, oh, oops. Oopsie daisy. We are going to Hanged Man again. And I want a death, but I don't really want to make a Jack steel card yet. Alright. Let's hope I didn't ruin everything. Transforms one into a steel card. Use. What is this? First hand of round only has one card. So we want to play. I get another one. And so it begins. Discard. We'll discard. Thank you. But Sanji is my next favorite character, and at some point I'm going to have to fight Mel and T over the fact that I believe rights have been laid claim to him. But Sanji is such a kind individual. I see a lot of myself in Sanji, not specifically on the kind part of things, but rather Sanji's self-worth. I've always struggled with depression, and Sanji has always been the sacrificial lamb, and a big part of why he throws himself at women simply has to do with the fact that he sees no value in himself and therefore has to live his life to serve somebody else. And a big part of that, especially in my childhood, always resonated with me. But I have always loved Sanji, and again, there's Sanji spoilers that I can't talk about for certain people, so certain things I have to leave where they are. But again, his kindness, the way that he throws himself into trouble every opportunity that he has, always melts my heart. I guess we're gonna do this and hope we make it, because I'm gonna cry if I'm unable to. Not able to make a flush. Able to make a pair. I don't think that gets me where I want it to. Oh, am I not going to be able to make this one work? I shouldn't have skipped so many rounds. Fuck. Oh, that's disappointing. I could do a 3 of a kind. This might be able to get me there. We did it! That was close. I should have made it. Alright. No more skips, that's for sure. Buffoon me. I'm a buffoon. I love being a buffoon. Let's go ahead. Ooh, riffraff. I don't mind the idea of getting some jokers to choose from. Again, for a bit of safety, let's go ahead and get a celestial and hope for a pair high card. We can deal with a ooh. Let's just go for the 2 of a kind. Yeah, we're gonna hit next round. Decrease level, fine. Right. Now I have a little bit more money potentially to deal with. Let's see if we can't find one of our Steel King cards. Let's keep the spades and discard you. You. Heartbreaking. All right. In that case, we will just simply we'll do that. There's a 2-pair. I don't know why he's just my queen there, but whatever. I'm sure it'll work out fine in the end. Sure, it'll work out fine in the end. See? Thank you. Thank you. How high do I think I can get the dagger? Another reason I love Sanji is the fact that he's a cook. I've always been one to go after the cooks in a series, but he's also just a super cute cook. I love how easy he is to rage bait. He gets so angry so easily. He's just such a tiny, furious little monster, caged up in a cruel world. But again, his story of not necessarily starvation, but his response to starvation, of taking away from that, the moral of I will feed anybody who I can find that is hungry, was absolutely beautiful for me, or to me. At least it always resonated with me, and always liked the idea. You know, we should all strive to take care of others, I would think. I would hope. Only pairs upgraded. Oh no, I spoiled it. Oh, that's so heartbreaking. It was everything I could have dreamed. The DNA at the start was wonderful. Oh, heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. Well, this is probably going to be my last run. We'll see how far we get. Then I'm going to read the new One Piece chapter, and then after that, I will probably be calling it a night because I have to go to work in the morning. Everybody's favorite activity. Who doesn't love going to work? Labor is absolutely ridiculous. We could have chosen a world in which we simply picked blueberries all day long and lived in comfort. But no, we have to have credit scores. We have to have... Ooh, I like the clown. See what that does. We will see what that does, if anything. But yeah, we could have had such a comfortable life, just, you know, picking blueberries and making cheese and not having to worry about the not having to deal with war. But no, people have to be selfish and people have to be rude and hurtful, and they have to take things from others, and it's always so disappointing to see and watch IRL in real time. But there's also wonderful things that happen, like the story of One Piece is written. That's a lovely thing to come about in this world of pain. I'm happy I got that straight. I'm happy I got that straight. Let's see what my rare joker is. Show me my prize. Alright, we have ourselves a game already. Let's sell you, let's sell you, let's get you, let's hex you. Beautiful. Let's open you up. Another favorite character of mine in One Piece is Yamato. He's a favorite character of mine. We don't meet him until later in the story, but his story specifically always really resonated with me. Spoiler warning, you know, to be honest with you, the people in my lives are pretty far away, and I don't think it's going to matter too much. If they hear this specifically about Yamato, if they want to, they can mute me. But the story in which Yamato is trapped on an island, when One Piece has so much that has to do with being trapped on an island. Again, it makes me think of Palestinians. It makes me think of Gaza being stuck in an open-air prison. But the way that One Piece is written, in which they are all put on islands, especially which are users of devil fruits, if they go into the water, they drown. They sink to the ocean, they can't swim. As if they're stuck in open-air prisons every place that they are at. And I have always been very fond of Yamato due to this sort of, I guess, for lack of a better term, trapped storyline that Yamato has, as well as the connections to other characters in the story, other beautiful moments in there, familial ties that Yamato has. But Yamato also, being a trans character, gets a lot of hate in the One Piece community because gotta hate trans people. Can't have any peace for trans people out there. The behavior towards Yamato is generally disgusting. The number of people that I see misgendering, again, pretty gross all in all. This is a Yamato he/him space. Any negation or arguments against that will not be met in kind. Yeah, more money, please. Money, please. I don't like you. I like you. I like you. Good job. Good job, Riffraff. Good Riffraff. Hope my dog is okay. I'm sure he's fine. Easy. Easy. Ooh. Egg. Egg. Thank you. That's what I want. What a lovely hand. What a lovely hand. I had to cough. Ugh, excuse me. Ooh, a fool. I love a fool. You're pretty good, plus it'll take me a while to get up there. I feel like by the time I get there, I'll find something better. One hand would be lovely, please. Thank you. Next round. Oh shit. Well, I'm sure we'll be fine. Money, Mr. Bones, temperance would be nice. Yeah. Money. Ooh, gold seal's lovely. Gold seal is lovely. But what on? I guess the King of Hearts. That way if I can death it. Yeah, let's do that. That's the best I can do right now anyway. I don't really want Mr. Bones. I'm feeling pretty good about where I'm at. Like I said. I need to start cleaning this up soon. Excuse me. Another favorite One Piece character of mine is a fella by the name of Katakuri. Let me tell you, he is a cute, handsome lad. He is the son of a character by the name of Big Mom. And he is just an absolute gem. I love Katakuri with so much of my heart. He is one of the older brothers of the Linlin family. And the, I believe, strongest of the Linlin family, of the Big Mom Pirates. He's a wonderful addition to the team, but he's an older brother, and he takes his older brother role very seriously, and always works very hard to look out for his younger siblings. But as an older brother myself, he was definitely a character that I didn't necessarily see myself in, but always was one that I wanted to strive towards when I met him. But big fan of Katakuri, great character. I already have a Yamato tattoo. I at some point do want to get a Katakuri tattoo. That would be lovely. Ooh, nacho. Nacho, please. That's not really what I wanted to have as options. Do that, I guess. Not ideal, but we'll do it. Okay. In a bottle, beep, beep. Let's just empty some stuff out. I don't think I'm gonna be starving for points this game. Yeah, I'll be fine. Does anybody in chat have any favorite One Piece characters? Let's hear from chat. Any favorite One Piece characters in chat? I'd love to hear from you because I love most One Piece characters and would be happy to give the reasons why I like them. Chariot would be nice, but I don't have any kings here. Sanji or Ace? Sanji or Ace, both lovely options. Sanji is such a sweetheart. I've already talked about him a little bit, but he's such a kind soul. He just wants to feed everyone and make sure that everyone's taken care of and love people. He's, again, just such a... Ooh, plus 20. Oh, because of the sale value of you. That's why. Thank you, Egg. We love Egg. Ace is a wonderful character. Ace has so much to him in terms of what he represents in terms of worth. Ooh, I don't think I want that at this stage though. What he has he has like so much to explore in terms of like the way he looks at himself in terms of his own self-worth, and the way that he looks at himself in terms of his family. So much in terms of like what he represents in terms of inherited will. Ace is such a fascinating character. He has such a wonderful role in the story. I love what a wonderful brother he is to Luffy. All right, let's do that. That felt pretty good. I like that. I want to do next round. I feel lucky. Oh, fuck. Fuck myself. Do you have a least favorite One Piece character? That's a good question. Judge. Judge is my least favorite One Piece character. Oh, let me tell you, the things I like to do to Judge. I could start by stomping his teeth in the dirty ground. Judge is such a little son of a bitch. I hate that little fucker. God, Judge sucks. Judge, you haven't met yet. Judge is I guess the best word for it would probably be abusive, but my word is the guy suck butthole. Every opportunity that he gets to be an asshole, he finds a way to really capitalize on the situation. Consistently the worst person. I also created a list of like my 10 least favorite characters. Judge is up there. Aside from that, there's a lot of characters that just generally don't respect women. I would say that he sucks cow farts. I would say he sucks a lot of things from cows. I would say not dairy cows. I would say he's sucking off bulls out there. Guy is ridiculous. Absolutely disgusting. But yeah, Judge really sucks. Aside from him, most of my least favorite characters are those who like disrespect women. There's a guy named Absalom. There's a guy named Hogback. There's a guy named, what was his name? Vanderdecker. There's a guy that's named Orochi. But just generally speaking, those who add on to the abuses from the patriarchy, not my faves. Not my option. Not my favorite go-to. Arrowhead feels good. Oh, hate the patriarchy. Patriarchy sucks, let me tell you. All right, this is a nice card to get. Sorry, Arrowhead, we don't like you anymore. We like our trading card. Discard. Oops. 1 of 7 cards gets drawn face down. 10,000 pot. It's getting pretty high. We need to start thinking about that long term. Money. Money. No, I don't want that. I think I want... I don't think I want that. I do want this. I want to do that. I want to do that. And... I don't want to do that. I want to do that. Those of you in chat, do you have any favorite, least favorite One Piece characters? Favorites consist of Sanji, Ace. Any least favorites out there? I'm just trying to get more money right now. Every opportunity we can get to get more money is a good opportunity to Wapple. Wapple fucking sucks. What a silly guy, Wapple. Alright, now's a moment where we get to do an interesting thing. Should we design? Ooh, times 1.6. Is that gonna be worth it in the long run? I'm gonna guess no. Let's do this first. Yeah, being super far, that's or not being super far, that's fair. There's a lot of shitty characters that get introduced. I'm sure you can tell just based off of stories that you've seen so far. But One Piece can have some traumatizing tales. Some traumatizing things happen. So yeah, we're gonna sell to duplicate. Now I have 3 barons, each one a polychrome. This is a wonderful sight. I'm really happy now that I'm streaming. Now that I'm saving this as well, I can just screenshot this. Incredible Joker lineup. We will go ahead and get you. Go ahead and grab you. Yeah. I know Shushu's rough. But Shushu represents so much as well. Like, I love Shushu. I think Shushu is a really good personification of like the a lot of the inspiration behind the Straw Hats. Like, you have with Shushu a founded family of a owner finding a dog, bringing that dog in. You have the inherited will of Shushu defending the owner's pet store after the owner moves on. You have once the pet store is gone, not learning to move on and learning to create new things. It is incredibly sad, but there's also so much beauty behind it, and also just like the morals of like we talk about like seeing sad things teaches empathy. Hearing these sad stories and seeing Shushu teaches empathy to young kids watching One Piece. It is heartbreaking though. That is certainly true. I would never argue with that fact. That's what we like to see. Yeah, we're just gonna go all in on Chariot. I'm not gonna be getting to 22 anti or anything crazy like that this game. We're beyond Golden Joker. I don't really want any tower to deal with. Might want to use that Chariot. All club cards debuffed. Discard! Get out of here! What is it? For every 2? We'll see if there's any other. Oh no. Oh no. Whew. All right, okay. We can work with this. I think we can make do. We'll see what we can do here. We're fine. We're a-okay. What have I done? I don't know what I've done. What are you talking about? Are you shaming me? Feels like you're shaming me. Yes, you are shaming me. Good. It's probably for the best. Money, please. Money, money, money. Oh, just 20,000? I think that would be pretty easy. I feel like a little bit of shame is never a bad thing. I mean, I feel like shame can have some good outcomes. I don't know. I think a lot of shame also just comes from a place of trying to promote victimhood. Like, you know, like more shame around like for example, like more shame around like the naming of like sexual body parts, for instance, and like children not being able to like name those body parts because of like adults not being able to have those conversations with children because they're shameful and uncomfortable around it, and then those children are like assaulted or what have you. I know it's a dark place to go to, but it's I think important to like try to deal with shame as it comes up if it's if it can be harmful. It also does build character. It's important to have character. Otherwise, old people won't like you. And what are you going to do if old people don't like you? Honestly, is there a point to go on? I don't think there is. You know, I upset a boomer one time, and I haven't been able to eat since. Bum 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 bum. I would love to see a fool. Give me a hangman. Fool. I want to clear out this deck a little bit. That's really cool. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh no. All kings, cool. Big points, big points. We love big points. One of the things I need to unlock in this game is still getting to $300 cash money. We'll see if we are able to do it today. Bum, 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 bum. That should be enough to win this round. Whee! Big points! We're already to 1 million, and the ante's not even there yet. We love to see it. Good on all those. Do I not have overstock yet? It's wild. That's wild, alright. I think I might have missed this, but how did you get the Stardew Valley cards? There's card options. If you go to customize deck, there's different options that you have. So there's The Witcher, for example, that I have on my spades. There's Cyberpunk, there's Shovel Knight, Don't Starve, Assassin's Creed, Slay, Default, but each category has all these different options. Right? Isn't that a fun thing? What did I have this on? Among Us? No. I don't think I had it. I'll keep it on Critical Role, Potion Craft, Dead by Daylight. That's fun. Stardew Valley. We love Stardew Valley. There's also Civilization 7's in here now. Garbage. Yeah, The Witcher. That's a game I might play on stream at some point. I love Witcher. But yeah, Stardew Valley, really happy that that's in here. We love representation. We love The Witcher. I'm definitely going to for, no, not going to do that. Definitely going to for Witcher 4. Oh, very excited for Witcher 4. That's going to be a good game. Play hand. Yeah, Witcher was really fun. I really like the magic system in it. I was talking to my aunt earlier today about specifically the magic system in that game being a lot of fun because there was you could have glyph magic, GLYPH magic. That was a lot of fun to use. So if your enemy stepped into the, oops, not allowed. Fuck that up. I'll be fine. But if your enemy stepped into a spot that your glyph was in, it would have multiple effects, including slowing the enemy down, including draining health from the enemy and healing yourself. But several fun effects. I was thinking about doing glyph magic with an archer build, because normally the that's only level of the first discarded poker each round. I don't know if that's gonna do what I want it to. Unfortunately, at this point in the game, I just need to focus on thinning out as much as I can. But Witcher mostly focuses on swordplay as the combat style. However, there is a archer path you can go down that has some pretty fun abilities. I think one of them being like if you shoot somebody with your bow, there's like a 15% chance to just one shot kills them, which seems fun to play around with at the very least. Already thrown off by the new cards. I was like, that doesn't look right. Wee, big number. All right, we're almost done with Ante 8. Seeing as how we're not playing with plasma, I can't really see us getting much further past. Might as well. When the mood strikes. I don't really see us getting past probably like Ante 12, I would assume. But that's also mostly just because I'm bad at this game. I had to sell a Joker. How sad. My Jokers. So many full houses. Aw, man. I could have gotten another $1. Robbed. Highway robbery, I say. But really excited for Witcher 4 because Witcher 4, yay, I won. We're gonna see how far we can go though. We're not done yet. What time is it? It's already 1:11. Whew. We'll go a little further. Negative. I'll have that. Nah, not worth it. One thing really fun about Witcher 4, though, is that it is going to be following Ciri as opposed to Geralt, which means we are going to have a female lead. Woohoo! We love that. All my women celebrating out there because that's a win for the matriarchy. That's right. We love to see it. What's not going to be fun? I mean, like, I say luckily as if this is anything like to celebrate, but luckily because Ciri is a hot woman in the series that's been around for a while, most of the incels will probably not have too much to complain about because I think she's already a pretty beloved character, but there's definitely going to be a lot of incel complaints. Oh, I can't believe I have to play. The Ciri sucks. I miss Geralt and having a dick. That's gonna be fun to hear a bunch of whining from, but this is the way. This is the way. Let's work towards the 300. The serpent. This is a good one. We love the serpent. Discard. We'll just see if we can break this real quick. Please. Nope. Bum, ba, da, bum, bum, bum. Points, 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 points. Sure. Why not? But yeah, I can't wait to see how much of a badass Ciri is. I think the game is going to be incredible. From the one trailer I've seen, it looks absolutely stunning. Again, I have a computer now that can run nice things, so I am very much thrilled to be able to enjoy myself playing a game for the first time ever, and being able to like press to go somewhere and actually be able to move in that direction. It's gonna be wild. I don't really want to do any of this. I need so many copies of my steel cards. Still okay at the moment. We're running out of time though. 1-5, only 2 8s. Da 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 da. We love that we got the mime. That's wonderful for us. That's wonderful. The mime re-triggers all held in hand abilities, including the fact that we have steel cards. Which means we're good for a bit longer. Considering we got to 5 billion instead of 1 million. Yay, us! Break! Please break! Damn it, it didn't break. That's not ideal, but oh well. You want to break now? You want to break, please? Still no break? How sad. But I should have my achievement for 300 now. That's incredible. Ooh, deja vu, deja vu. Yeah, I gotta replace a gold seal. Next round. Spade cards debuffed. Not great, but we've dealt with worse. Very nice. Big points, please. Thank you, big points. All right. We got to get to 10-8. We should be fine. I like the sound of temperance. Alright, let's see if we can find a couple things in here that's helpful. Sure. Buy news. Buy news. Buy news. All right, let's see. Money, please. Thank you, money. Lucky Cat. I would love Lucky Cat, but we are far too into this game to start Lucky Cat now, unfortunately. As tempting as it is. Strength, Emperor, Magician. Let's just Tower and Emperor, I guess. We'll just Tower you and Emperor you. Judgment and Death. Yay, Death. Ooh, Death. Thank you, Death. I would love to Death you very much, please. I would love to Chariot you. Or do I want to sell? I could go ahead and sell you. Let's sell you. Let's sell you Judgment. Sell you Judgment. Interesting. Interesting. So not great. Not the best scenario, but we make do. Sure. +1 Joker slot. Sure. Till a better one pops up. Thank you, Deja Vu. Thank you, DNA. That's certainly going to be better. Feeling pretty good about the all heart cards are debuffed. That makes me feel a little worse, but we'll be all right. Thank you, DNA. That's the beautiful part about DNA is it copies something for you. We're going to the moon, folks. We're going to the moon. No, I don't think I can. I don't think I can. Yeah, I need to hang on to what I have. Bye. Go ahead and go next round. 300 million should be no problem whatsoever, let me tell you. Let me tell you. Thank you, Strength. Thank you, Trance. And thank you, DNA, and go to the moon! To the moon! Well, that's pretty cool. That was a lot of points. That was exhilarating. I feel like I made it big on the slots. Mm-hmm. I'll be quite honest, I didn't expect to make it this far into the round, so I'm pretty excited that we are where we are. DNA discard. Thank you, Hanged Man. How lovely to be me. So we still have 2 9s. Let's see if we can Hanged Man those out of here. That's probably going to just be the turn. That's probably going to do it if I had to gamble. Yeah. Not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad. I'm going to be up later than I meant to tonight, but you'll tell you what, this is so exhilarating. I don't mind. I don't mind one bit. My dog, however. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Thank you, 9s. Thank you, devil. Discard you guys. How's my dog doing? My dog is doing pretty great. He just had a wonderful weekend where he got to spend time with grandma. He got to spend time with his favorite uncle, his favorite aunt, his favorite grandpa. It was a wonderful weekend, though. He has been wearing his booties out and about to protect himself from the hot sun. Ooh, 47 billion. This just got big pretty quick, didn't it? But yeah, he's doing good. He's living life large, I would say, all in all. Do we have any pets in chat? Any pets anywhere? Cats, dogs, lizards, snakes? I have cats. We love cats. Oh, I love cats. Cats are wonderful. We don't deserve cats. My only beef with cats, I always wish they were a little bit more loving. You know? I mean, I've known a lot of really, really lovely, sweet cats, and they've been incredibly loving, and I've been incredibly lucky to know them, but it's my own personal prejudice that I've never quite gotten past. Thank you, Death. Thank you, Death. And Fool for another Death. Thank you, Death. And -1 hand size, +1 Joker. Thank you, DNA. Would have liked it on any other one, but we'll take it, I suppose. World. I would like another decent car. Yeah, this is probably actually, I can't believe I'm saying this, the best run of Balatro I've had. I don't quite know how this happened, but the early Baron followed by a copy followed by followed by the Invisible Joker really set me up for success. The mime into DNA. I can get rid of the Smear Joker at some point. It's not really doing anything for me, but I don't think it has the... No, it probably does have the -1 hand. Yeah, we'll just do Blue Seal. Retrigger all played face cards. I mean, I might as well since I have the room for it, but I'm only playing one card at a time right now. Should be enough now to get through this blind. I don't even know how big this number is, to be quite honest. E13, so there's 13 zeros after. 18 zeros after. Making our way right through. I'm gonna get copyrighted for that, aren't I? La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. Can I get something good, please? I don't really need to clear out my deck in that way anymore, do I? Not really. I guess it's better. You're certainly better. Oh. And we're going up. We made it. We made it. Look at all this we're getting. Oh, I didn't get any planets because I'm a dummy. Live and learn. Mega Buffoon, anything good? Nothing good. Hangman's pretty good. I would prefer a death, but... Cryptid. We love Cryptid. I think I'll get rid of the Fool for a Cryptid. Play only one hand. Oh dear. Discard. Use, discard, use. Use. Oops. Oops, wrong button. Hope that doesn't ruin it for me. I might have just... Uh-oh. I think we'll be okay, but... Yeah, we're fine. That was close. I almost messed that up by pressing one button too many. Probably would have been better, honestly. Would have been bedtime, but... Again, we persist. Because, baby, there ain't no mountain high enough. Again, I'm probably going to get copyright for that. That's fine. I don't have anybody in here. Except for my diehard loyal fans. That's right. I've got fans since day one, baby. Can I get a what from all my fans out there? Hell yeah. Not what I said, but we take it. What? Hell yeah, there it is. What? In the butt. To the moon! Boop da boo. Boop da boo. I have a 10, I have a jack, I have an ace. Yeah, fuck it. We'll just destroy you and copy you. That's right. I feel like a capitalist. Big number get bigger. Dragon horde get bigger. Oh, that was not my favorite option, but oh well. Excuse me. Excuse me. Only one hand type this round. Alright, we're gonna discard you. We're going to sell you, discard you. We got a fool, which is nice. We might as well go ahead and just play you. Big number get bigger. That's lovely to get. Thank you. I just have the one queen. Yeah, I just have the one queen. So yeah, we'll strength that this turn. Go ahead and chariot it as well. Yeah, this blueprint was probably the best item I could have gotten. Goes crazy. Goes crazy, let me tell you. Sorry, best joker I could have gotten, not item. Wee. Cryptid is pretty good. Strength. Let's see. Let's put a trance on you. We can play you. Get 2 more. We can go ahead and discard, use, nope. Let's go ahead and get our flush 5, or 5 of a kind rather, sorry. After this, we might be able to get our, yeah, let's go ahead and get our flush 5. And now we should just be able to... Do you just want to high card it? Yeah, we'll just high card. We'll get 3 high card upgrades. Better base start. That is assuming that we get there. Are we gonna get there though? We didn't get there. And we made it. That gets us to our game over, and that gets me to my best hand, best ante, best round, best high score we have seen yet. And that takes me to the end of Balatro. And honestly, unfortunately for tonight, that is going to take me to the end of stream. Where's my little... I wish I could continue tonight and wish that I could do more. That's disappointing. However, it is incredibly late. I work in the morning, and I am very tired. I am very excited, though, that today was... Oh, I think there's a bit of a delay. I am very excited, though, that today was my first time streaming, in which I am able to save my recording. I'm planning on taking that and doing all kinds of video slicing and whatnot, but I want to thank everybody who came in and everybody who joined me tonight, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your night. I hope that you get some great sleep. I hope you stay safe. I hope you drink tons of water. I hope that good fortunes come your way and you get to eat some egg drop soup. And again, thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. See y'all next time. Be safe out there. Ooh.